if you're going through a difficult season, find a place where you can get perspective. This is what I do. I get up here and I'm high above. I can see very far. I can see the mountains. I spend this time to really just walk, think about what I'm grateful for, spend time with God, because we're all going through challenges, and mine aren't any less than some of that you guys are going through. Life happens to everybody. And one of the things that I've realized is that you just have to keep going. You have to keep going. And you might not be able to handle all of your problems in that one day, but you can handle one thing. What can I do today? What can I do right now? There's always somebody that you can help. There's always somebody that you can breathe life into, or that you can witness to in a way that you take your misery or what you went through and you use it towards a ministry to bless others. You know, God will always put people in your path to use you in a certain way, but also so that you can pull that potential, or that He could pull that potential out of you. Things that have been stuck inside for a really long time, He might bring somebody in your path that potential gets pulled out of you, and you're like, wow, I know exactly what to say to this person, or I have exactly the message that they need to hear because I went through it. And that's one of the reasons why I'm using this platform in the way that I am, is because I realized I don't want to just push people to be their lowest self, or to be their past self, or to engage in activities that they're trying to get out of, such as an unhealthy lifestyle, which is a combination of things. It's not just the pressure and the stress to chase trends and to be a certain way and to have a certain thing and to have your house a certain way and to show up every day, you know, looking great and feeling great. It's also the stresses of, for most of you, your moms and your wives, you have to show up in so many different areas. You're a mom, you're a wife, you got to take care of yourself, you got to take care of the home, you know. Some of you have full-time jobs also. Maybe you handle all the bills in the family, and you're handling all the household bills, you're taking care of the cleaning, you know. And these are all of the things that sometimes just start piling on top of us. And what happens is we then take all of that and then we start shopping and consuming or eating, or I deserve this, I'm going to go out for a drink. You know, I deserve to buy myself this because of the week that I had, or I deserve just to sit and veg or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with doing some of those things. But when we do it in a way that we deserve this because of how hard we work or what we did, then what we're doing is we're linking those things with kind of an unhealthy, it starts an unhealthy habit. And that's what I did. And it could stem from your childhood or how you were raised, which that's where mine stemmed from, where I thought, I deserve this. I'm going to buy what I want. No one's going to tell me what to do. I can buy it and I'll pay for it and I'll deal with it or whatever, and I'll deal with it later. Well, now it's the later. And then I ended up having to deal with all of that. So put something on deferred interest, you know, then you got to deal with it if it's not paid. Or you buy something on sale just because it's there and it's the last one left, or you found something at the thrift store because, oh, it's such a great deal, and so you don't care if you put it on a credit card or not, because if you found it and you felt like you won for the day, and then you share to everybody what you just found, and look at what I just got, you know, or you're unboxing, look at all these deliveries that just came to my door. Well, let's be honest, you're spending money that maybe you don't have, or maybe you are putting on a credit card, or maybe it's a cycle, maybe it's a habit, just maybe you're not as in control as you think you are. And that's where I was. I thought, oh yeah, I'm in control. Well, I wasn't. All of this stuff was just controlling me and turning me into somebody I didn't want to be. What happens is then we make the conscious decision. We want to get out of this. We don't want to be this way anymore. But if our subconscious self is still that old person, we'll always revert back to that. So that's the person that needs to get changed, that person. Because somebody can say, yeah, I'm consciously not doing this, but then they're put in a situation where, oh, there's a sale, or there's a this, or there's a that, and then they're forced back into it. So, you know, my suggestion would be is to, like when I was parting ways with that old self, I didn't go into Home Goods. I didn't go into Target because I already knew that I would fall back. It was too soon. It's like a person who's trying not to drink alcohol. Don't go to the bar. Don't talk to the friends or invite the friends over that are the friends that you hang out with to drink, because it's not the time for you to do that. Until your new person dominates the old person, just don't even tread on that. Don't even engage in it. And what'll happen is some of those people, they're not going to like you. They're going to say, oh, well, you don't want to hang out with us anymore, or you're not this way. You think you're better than us, or whatever. Let them say whatever they want to say. But the key is that you're going through a transition. And in the middle of that transition, it might not look the best. For example, you make a decision to get in shape and get healthy. Well, it's going to take time. From the time you made that decision to the time the results come, there's going to be a period that you're going to have to work. During that time, you have to be okay with not looking like you think you look in your mind, like that fit person, because you're working towards it. So that is where you're still physically living in the residual of where you were in the past. The residual of the physical is still there, even if you've made the mental or spiritual decision to change. It's going to take time for the physical to manifest itself based on your new self. So if you keep doing the same old habits, you're just going to delay that process. So slow down, stop and think. This is what I had to do. I was getting the same results. Like, why am I getting the same results? Well, I was doing all the same things that I always did. Shopping, eating, whatever. I was getting the same results. Even if I didn't want to, I was still doing it. So you have to stop and change what you're doing to then in 3 months or 6 months later, then get different results from that change. Once you're at that point, that is when you're truly in control, and your old self, though, might try to creep in. You'll have the confidence, the discipline, the self-control to say, no, I'm not that person anymore. I don't need to do those things anymore. Speaking of alcohol, when I was talking back, I was a heavy drinker in my early 20s, late teens, early 20s. I mean, I would get belligerent, and I loved going out, and I worked really hard during the week, so I would go party on the weekends, and, like a lunatic, basically. I loved it. I loved the clubs. I loved going out. And now I drink maybe once or twice a year, and it's very minimal, maybe a couple glasses, maybe 3 glasses of wine within those 2 periods of time. And I just realized that I don't like showing up as that person, so I don't engage in it. Not only that, it ages you, and my body doesn't like it. I don't feel good when I'm drinking, so I don't even do social. Sorry about that. My phone overheated and I had to go let it cool down because it's 106 out. Naturally, it got too hot. But as far as the drinking goes, if you're going out casually having a mixed cocktail with your dinner, you're packing on the calories, and they're empty calories. It's dehydrating your body, it's destroying your liver, and you're adding calories. So if you're wondering, like, well, maybe I don't eat that much, but you're putting on weight, it could be if you're socially drinking. Even one of those drinks is 600, probably 1,000 calories, and then you add in the alcohol effect to it. So treat your body good, give it what it needs, and go through the rhythm, the season that works for you.